Well, as part of our administration's commitment to make Telford the best place it can be to live, work, do business and learn, 10 months ago we launched a consultation on selective licensing. We went out to the whole of the community. We interacted with a number of organisations, statutory organisations like the police, the fire service, local towns and parishes, landlords and residents, and we undertook what was the biggest consultation in over 20 years in Telford and Wrekin to get feedback on whether selective licensing was the right way forward to deal with issues that we all agree exist in the private rented sector and in some of our communities. What we got agreement on was that those issues do exist. We got agreement that those issues do need to be tackled. But what we didn't agree on with the community, and what we listened to very clearly from the community, was that selective licensing wasn't the right way forward to deal with those issues. And therefore we've decided that we will not be implementing selective licensing, and instead we will implement 4 key areas of new policy to help tackle what is a very complex issue across the private rented sector in Telford and Wrekin. First of all, there's going to be a new housing enforcement team. That will be an investment of at least £200,000 into a team that will focus on the private rented sector, tackle road landlords, help improve conditions and poor housing conditions in that sector, but also deal with environmental crime. There'll be a new regime, a licensing regime for houses of multiple occupation that will see 48 new conditions introduced on top of those set down by law, and we'll see landlords of houses of multiple occupation have to complete a DBS check. We're going to launch a new landlord accreditation scheme, and that will help us work with the private rented sector and the local landlords, particularly Wrekin Landlords Association. That will see us provide education, provide training, provide support for good landlords, and there are many of them in Telford and Wrekin. And as part of delivering that, we'll invest in a new landlord liaison officer. And then finally, we're going to increase investment through the Pride in Our Community scheme into raising the cleansing standards across the borough. This range of policies will be the answer. Selective licensing, obviously, the community said to us right across the piece that they didn't think that that was the answer. We listened to that, and that really reinforced our own concerns that we had about selective licensing being selective in its very nature, and that whilst selective licensing was focusing on 4 or 5 areas, this range of new policies will focus on the whole borough. So hopefully it will make a huge difference and help us make Telford a great place to live. Any consultation that we launch is a genuine consultation. It's a genuine listening exercise. I often find it a shame that we have to explain that, but on many issues, this council has listened to the community, has listened to those who are doing business, has listened to those who are engaged at the front line, and we've changed tack. And this is one of those examples where we have listened, and we've understood that a policy that we were considering didn't fix the problem, and instead it's helped advise us on new policies that we believe will help fix the problem.